Hi everyone, this is AFCRDTV and welcome to highlights of Northwood FC against AFC Rushden Diamonds on the Southern League Division 1 Central on Saturday afternoon. For this contest, manager Andy Peakes gave a debut to Connor Kennedy in place of Sam Brown, having left the club to go travelling. Diamonds' first chance here coming to Delroy Gordon, who headed wide from a free kick. Before Diamonds would take the lead, a lovely cross by Sean Richards straight onto the head of Brad Harris, who gave the Diamonds the lead in the 15th minute. A more neat play for the Diamonds perhaps should have led to a second. Here Claudio Hoban's shot being saved by home keeper Barclay Lawrencin. And later Lawrencin would save from a Tom Lorraine header. Soon after came a major talking point. 35 minutes in when home striker Nico Muir managed to get past Connor Kennedy, and his heavy challenge saw him being dismissed. However, this wouldn't mean that Diamonds would go on the back foot, and here Lorraine had another chance, this one going just wide. Although just as the clock ticked over to 45 minutes, Muir managed to sneak in past the Diamonds back line and convert past Finley for the equaliser for Northwood in the 45th minute. Although in first half injury time the Diamonds could have snuck ahead again. Another free kick, another header from Delroy Gordon, where this one was saved well from Lawrencin. So at half time, Northwood 1, AFC Rushden Diamonds 1. More chances would come Diamonds' way in the second period. Here Berwick and Lorraine combining, although Diamonds couldn't quite get a shot on goal. Before Northwood got their noses in front, a cross from Rob Hastings and Bailey Brown was there to give Northwood the lead in the 67th minute. And as time ticked down, it was the Diamonds that would get the equaliser this time. Free kick from Sean Richards, and Tom Lorraine was there with a looping header. 2-2 in the 78th minute. Substitute George Nicholas here had a great opportunity for Northwood, although he put his shot wide. Before Richards could have capped off an excellent performance had his shot somehow squeezed past Lawrencin. As it was, that was the end of the goalmouth action, although there was time for another red card. George Nicholas shown a straight red for a challenge on Hipwell. So full-time Northwood 2, AFC Rushden Diamonds 2, and the next match-up for Diamonds is at home on Saturday against North Greenford United. Let's see what the key men had to say.
So I'm here at Northwood after today's league game for the Diamonds, an exciting 2-2 draw. I'm here with man of the match Sean Richards. Sean, great performance. I'm not sure how many kilometres you ran today.
Yeah, well, it was a tough fixture. We went down to 10 men quite early on in the game, so we had to dig in and just grind out the result, and so managed to take a point away, and so can't ask much more of the boys. And is that your best performance? Is that what the Sean Richards is all about? Because I know there's a lot of plaudits on from the fans. Well, yes, still much more to come. Just still getting my fitness and things like that. But I said when we did go down 10 men, everyone had to dig in that bit deeper. So, and that's what we all did. So you're not fit yet? No, I am fit, but there's still much more to come. So with more game time and as the games will go, get fitter and hopefully influence the game. So let's look at the game. And Diamond started off brightly. I thought we played some of our best football for some weeks, opening off, and we're getting down the wings. And a great cross for the first goal. Yeah, I mean in the opening first 20-30 minutes we managed to use the width of the pitch and create chances. I said we managed to get a cross in there for Brad to score as well. So that's why we wanted to carry on doing that. But unfortunately we did go down to 10 men, so we had to restructure and keep it tight, just so trying not to concede any more goals. But it's how it goes sometimes. But they got the goal right at half-time. Couldn't have been worse for us. So what was the half-time tea talk from Peaksy? Yeah, well, from Peaksy he just said we need to keep it tight, and I said as long as we dig in and everyone tries hard as we did, there's something in it for us, and as shown, we got the second goal there in the end to bring it back to 2-2, and so we got we got something to take back home.
But I mean, even in that first part of the second half, I thought we were the better side till they scored.
Yeah, I knew we still were creating chances, from set pieces and a few various bits. But I think what it is, we need to be a bit more clinical in front of goal. That's what can let us down at times. So something to work on, in the next few weeks.
And a delivery for the second goal as well.
Yeah, it's another set piece. Something that we've been working on in training. And it's proven effective.
You were switched up front. Have you played much up front?
Yeah, no, not for a while. So back in my younger days, I used to play up front a bit more. But I said I usually play on the wings now. But yeah, I can apply myself there and affect the game in a positive way.
And you had a chance in injury time. Do you think you could have cut back inside and?
Yeah, the angle was really tight. There wasn't much else on for me to do. I was looking for the cutback, but there's nothing there. So had a go at goal. The keeper saved it that was it really.
I suppose if you're looking at it, when we went 1-0 up, we all thought we were going on for a win, but going down to 10 men, we've got to be pleased with the point, particularly Chalfont losing as well.
Yeah, well that's it, you have to play to the circumstances. We weren't 1-0 up, we thought you could go on, press on and win the game. Went down to 10 men, slightly change, they are going to throw things at, go for it and think they can get the win, but we showed good character to keep digging and get the draw and take the point home.
Well, great performance, mate. Hope to see you next Saturday.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, we'll go Saturday. Hopefully get a win there this time and just carry on where we left off. Hopefully with 11 men.
And have a rest and a beer tonight.
That's it. Yeah, nah, not quite a beer, but yeah, we'll have a rest and we'll go again.
The true professional.
You might say.
Take care, mate. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Thanks, Sean. I'm here with manager Andy Peets. Andy, you must be pleased with the 2-2 draw with playing with 10 men for so long.
Yeah, overall, I've got to be happy with the point. Obviously, circumstances. Do I think we were worthy of a point over the game? Yeah, definitely.
And I thought we started off brightly. I know I was in the commentary for the first half. I thought we were the better team in the first half, certainly for the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, I thought we played some good stuff for 30 minutes. I thought we had some chances. Obviously, got one goal. Could have had some others through missed chances or goalkeeper saves. And I thought we were quite comfortable. Obviously, in the sending off turns it all round a little bit.
So, any complaints about the red card, Andy?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, I'll look at it again, but I don't think he could really have too many qualms. It was unfortunate he got probably caught slightly the wrong side. It's a shame for him because he's a young kid, and I thought he started really brightly for half an hour. I thought he, had a really good start, and disappointing. But to be fair, the lads have rallied round. He doesn't feel quite as bad in there as if we'd have lost the game.
And they got the goal just before half time. Couldn't have come at the worst time, but I know the team was reorganising.
Yeah, we were trying to get reorganised and it was difficult, and they had a little spell then, didn't they? And then Nick just wanted to get to half time and have another look at it. Bunce was struggling with his calf as well, so we were carrying him a little bit. So yeah, it all came at the wrong time really.
I know Sean said that you said just go out there and play your best, and there's still something in for the game, and they came out well in the second half.
Yeah, I still felt at half time that we had enough going forward, and they hadn't really troubled us full stop really. I still felt there was something in the game, even though we've got 10 men. So yeah, and I thought we started the second half really well.
I mean, just going back to that first half, I know Clyde had a great chance, and that save when it was 1-1.
Yeah, Cloud had a good chance when the goalie saved it. Probably, he perhaps would have liked to have done better. Dell had a header, which was a good save, but for me, he should score there because he's close enough in. He knows that was too near the keeper. And then Tom Lorraine had a header in the 6-yard box again just before they scored or the sending off. So, key things, could turn it against you. If we'd have got a second goal then, I think you'd go on to win the game.
But they got behind us in the 67th minute and took a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, again, we were dominating. They played the ball, got behind us, and they've put one ball in the box, and it's a great header, and they've scored. And you think, well, how's that come about?
But we've been very resilient in games where we've gone down to 10 men. Even at Wisbech, I think we went down to 8 men, and we did it again. And good delivery again from Sean. He had a great game, I think.
Yeah, I thought he was excellent today. His delivery was good. He was a constant threat all the time. I was happy. I still felt there was something in the game. I didn't want to, when you get a second one going, and you think, is it going to be your day? It's a case of regalvanising, have a look at it, not throwing it all in and just keeping your shape, and you're thinking you'll get a chance, which we always do. And so I always felt we'd get back in the game.
And near the end, I think we both had chances. They had a really good chance, and then Sean went clear and couldn't get the angle right. Yeah,
it opened up a little bit the last 5 or 10 minutes, which is just the nature of the game. We're the away team, probably 2-2, perhaps, but we've got so many attacking players out there by then. We'd shuffled the pack a little bit to try and get back in the game. It then became a little bit open. It was one of them, could go either way. But overall, pleased with the general performance. I think it identifies the problem we've had of not scoring enough goals. I don't think they had many chances to score 2. As a ball come in the box second half, again I thought Tommy Barrett's got across it, didn't quite drop, and it's just not quite happening. I'm aware of that, we're aware of that, but credit to the lads, to play that long with 10 men against a team that are right up there, shows good character, and I think it's a good point at the end of the day.
And Chalfont lost today, so we've closed the ground at the top.
Yeah, like you said, Chalfont lost, but some of the others must have then won, so others will have caught gap. You know, I know people are going to take points off each other. I think it's important we keep picking points up as and when we can.
And finally, it was great to see Jack Ashton back on the bench. He's been training the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Jack's trained the last 2 weeks. He's there and thereabouts, so perfect scenario. Might have got him a little bit of time at the end today, but that wasn't, it's too big a risk today. The last thing I want to do, as much as I want to get a result, the bigger picture for him is more important, and for the club. So I wasn't prepared to risk him. I could have easily threw him on when we had the sending off, but for me, as much as I want to get a result today, I wasn't prepared to risk losing him for any longer. He's important to me and the club for the longer period, so his time will come.
I think the weather's going to beat us, Andy, so we'll call it a day. Home next week against North Greenford. Hopefully that'll be on.
Yeah, hopefully. No, we've got to train this week and prepare for next week. And, if we get 3 points next week, which again won't be easy because I watched them the other night, they would play quite some good stuff, it'll be a good point today.
Thanks, Andy.